When we think about the internet, we imagine something ethereal. We call it the cloud, a wireless, invisible network floating in the air. But the reality is much more tangible. It sits right here on the dark, silty ocean floor. Roughly 97% of intercontinental data traffic is carried by physical subsea cables. They are no thicker than a garden hose, yet they form the backbone of the global economy. Every day, $10 trillion in financial transactions squeeze through these tiny glass conduits. Global digital connectivity rests on these unmonitored lines, which spend the majority of their journey totally exposed on the ocean floor. This is Dongyin, a small, remote island in the Matsu archipelago. It sits less than 30 nautical miles from the Chinese coast and serves as Taiwan's frontline early warning radar outpost. On April 30th, 2026, the island suddenly lost connection. The primary subsea fiber optic link connecting Dongyin's radars and its 1,500 residents to the outside world had been severed. Beijing attributed the blackout to a salvage barge called the Haihonggong 66, claiming the vessel's crew accidentally dragged their gear across the seafloor during rough weather while trying to recover a shipwreck. This was framed as a routine maritime accident. Globally, ships dropping anchors or dragging fishing nets cause somewhere between 150 to 200 of these breaks every year. But the evidence gathered in the Taiwan Strait suggests this wasn't a matter of bad luck. The details point toward a surgical military strike disguised as a clumsy mistake. The salvage crew arrived with detailed response plans that included the precise locations of the underwater cable zones, and then dragged their gear through them anyway. This map shows the specific subsea cable routes connecting Taiwan and its outlying islands. In 2023 alone, the cables serving the Matsu Islands were severed 12 separate times. That frequency defies normal statistical probability for routine accidents. Radar data from a 2025 incident involving a ship called the Hong Tai 58 confirms the intent. The vessel executed a zigzag navigation pattern, driving back and forth across a marked zone with its anchor down until the line snapped. These vessels are part of China's shadow fleet. They use civilian cargo and fishing hulls, but they obscure their true ownership and constantly cycle through different tracking IDs and foreign flags to evade accountability. The patterns across these incidents suggest a coordinated, covert sabotage network, using the chaos of maritime commerce as cover. This is the logic of gray zone warfare, achieving strategic goals by advancing without attacking. The objective is to apply pressure and degrade an adversary's resilience while staying just below the threshold of open conflict. Operatives maintain plausible deniability through environmental masking. They utilize existing shipwrecks or wait for heavy storms to provide a natural-looking excuse for physical sabotage. The People's Liberation Army is rapidly moving past dragging civilian anchors. They are actively developing purpose-built hardware for deep-sea destruction, including crude submersibles like the Fenduja. Chinese researchers have successfully tested electro-hydrostatic actuators designed with one specific purpose: cleanly shearing armored communications cables at depths of up to 4,000 meters. The recent incidents around Taiwan's coastal islands serve as low-risk dry runs, testing response times and recovery capacities before deploying this advanced technology on a massive scale. In a conflict scenario, Chinese military doctrine prioritizes a total digital blockade to isolate Taiwan from the outside world. Notice this dense cluster of international lines converging near the Bashi Channel off Taiwan's southern coast. This concentration creates a fragile geographic choke point. Severing just 3 specific clusters here would instantly drop Taiwan's international bandwidth by 99%. This would leave the target deaf, blind, and disconnected before the first conventional shot is ever fired. This strategy creates an immediate threat to global stability. The United States military's Indo-Pacific Command relies heavily on these commercial subsea cables to synchronize its operations across the Pacific. Even advanced satellite networks can't bypass this physical reality. Satellites depend on subsea cables to transmit data back to ground stations. If the sea link breaks, the space link becomes useless. Without that physical connectivity, the military's response loop breaks down. The time needed to react to a threat would degrade significantly, shifting from a matter of minutes to agonizing hours. A global conflict could begin in absolute silence on the seabed, where the physical severing of a few glass fibers neutralizes a modern military's ability to coordinate a response.